Medical innovation starts with medical discussion. Talking about the future and what comes next with Project MedTech.
As I mentioned in the bio, you're at Temple Health and Bioscience District, abbreviated THBD. I got that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So maybe tell your guests, or the listeners, not guests, the listeners, a little bit about, well, first of all, where Temple, Texas is, and what the Health and Bioscience District does, because I found it fascinating the first time we talked about it. And this is back to my old job. But when we talked about it, I said, oh, this is pretty cool. And the way it was structured and where it was. So give a little introduction into it.
Okay. So first of all, our full name is Temple Health and Bioscience Economic Development District.
Okay.
It is a mouthful. So that's why for the rest of the podcast, we're going to say THBD.
Okay.
We are located, as you said, in Temple, Texas. And Temple is 60 miles north of Austin. We are 2 hours south of Dallas. We are 2.5 hours east of San Antonio and 2.5 hours to 3 hours northwest of Houston. So if you imagine a triangle, we are right in the middle. And that's what makes us so enticing, is that if you want to do business in Central Texas, we're right smack in the middle of it for you.
Sure.
So what is Temple Health and Bioscience District? We're actually a piece of legislation that was created in 2003. There's a group of really smart men sat around a table, and they recognized that in Temple, Texas, we had, at the time, Scott and White Hospital, which was a legacy hospital, and people would drive for hundreds of miles because their parents went there, their grandparents went there, their great-grandparents went there. So we had this fantastic hospital. We also have the 4th largest VA in the country located in Temple, Texas. And that's because of Fort Hood, which is in Bell County in Killeen. So we have all of this healthcare, as well as Texas A&M has their health science center here, which is their medical school. We also have Texas A&M has their Blacklands, which is for agriculture. So you have all of this health, but you had no biotech or life science technology to fuel it. So they went to the legislature in 2003 and said, we got to do something. And they made us a special district. We're the only such district in the entire state of Texas.
Wow.
What does this mean? Who cares that we're a special district? What it means is that we can actually, in 2009, we went to the citizens of Temple and said, hey, you give us taxing authority, we'll build a facility. So I actually collect property tax from the citizens of Temple to fund my incubator. So what does that mean for a startup company? I'm not interested in their IP. I'm not interested in making money off them. All we want to do is help them grow, because I get over $1 million every year in property tax from the citizens of Temple. So what my goal is, you come to my incubator, and you have to be something in the life sciences, right? Anything having to do with bio or life. You come to my incubator, I help you, I mentor you. Those large facilities that I talked to you about previously, they signed a memorandum of understanding with us. So what that means is my contacts are now my startups contacts. So since 2003 with Scott and White, Baylor has merged with Scott and White. So now we are the 4th largest hospital network in the state of Texas. And as you know, Texas is really big.
Yep.
So we have a large now hospital facility in Temple, Texas. So I don't want to make a profit off my startup companies. So we keep our rents incredibly low. I have offices that are fully furnished. I pay Wi-Fi, I pay electric, I pay telephone, and it's only $500 a month. So in Austin, you get a desk in a common area for $500 a month. My wet lab space also fully furnished. I have lab benches, storage, you know, the the startup company will tell me what they need, and then I will furnish it for them, as well as a common lab that has over $1 million worth of equipment that we were able to get through federal funds. So it's a great place, and we're basically a big family. Right now we have 9 startup companies in our facility. We've gone from majority med tech to now all of a sudden, because of COVID-19, we're more research based. But we can
Okay.
talk more about that as we go through.
Yeah.